Well, hello, everyone. Sorry about that. Welcome. Welcome into Flying with Mike. A little bit of a special run tonight. We're going to start this first day in July off with a simulated Air Force mission. Flying from Offutt, Nebraska, Offutt Air Force Base, that is, where the E4 we've flown several times is here, plus several excuse me, recon birds find their way home here, J-stars and all of that. So welcome aboard. Let's fly from here to Scott Air Force Base. Somebody wants to play in the tower, so if they're still there in an hour or so when we get there, we'll give them some business. So anyway, hope you all enjoy. Hope you all have had a great week. Hope those of you out there looking forward to your short week, if you're so lucky here in the States, with Independence Day looming on the 4th. One quick side note, don't forget, and I am still trying my best, God willing, to fly in the Indy flight this week on the 3rd. I know it is the 4th of July flight into Indy. However, because of what time it is, it will actually occur if you're on Zulu time on the 4th, just at about midnight on the 4th. So, but I hope we all enjoy that. That'll be Thursday the 3rd, and we'll hope to take the Rotate MD-11 out for a spin. Maybe literal, who knows, the way things have gone. All right, today we're testing fate. We're taking the 737 NG out for a literal possible spin from LevelUp. We all saw yesterday it actually did a great job until we got to Dallas. What happened there? I have no idea, and I still don't. And I still haven't done anything to rectify that. And we are in the C40B paint livery that the Air Force has out there. It's what their 737 700s are painted. Now, if you want to fly an 800 realistically in the military, check out the Poseidon P8. They fly out of Jacksonville. I'm not sure the other base. Oh gosh, excuse me. Oh, a little bit of a hard day at work, but not bad. Nothing to complain about. And if I did, who'd listen? So anyway, let's hop up in the cockpit, continue what I'm doing here, and let's get this plane ready to fly. Hey, welcome aboard. All right, real quick, let's do our usual. Let's take a look at Sim Toolkit for our pre-brief. We are, by the way, on VATSIM already. There's our little tower dude down here, 128.2.5.0. So we'll try our best to get down there quickly. Okay, so there's our overall route. Gee, something's wrong here. Where's all the weather? There's none. It was actually a very, very nice day here in the St. Louis area. Very nice. All right, payload for this flight's going to be 24,840. You can pretty much bet that is going to be what's loaded in the plane. Same with the fuel, so that our zero fuel weight's 180,000 pounds. Ooh, that'd be a heavy, heavy 737. 108,959 pounds. 108 people joining us today on the flight, and 5,900. Man, me and thousands are just going crazy today. 5,900 pounds of cargo, and the routing today, we're going to probably I see what it's wanting us to do to join the J151. What I might do is take a beam off that, and we'll intercept to Kirksville. IRK, then on to the FARMR 3 arrival. We are going to go 3-2 left, the Scott Air Force Base side. So just a heads up, we're going to change up just a little. Cost index 13 and 37,000. Flight today is, hang on, 368 nautical miles. Probably do it in about an hour. All right, weather? Well, what do I got to say? Got a couple of clouds to deal with at 6,500 feet here. Winds are out at 210 at 6. I mean, it's a beautiful day. 87 degrees, low humidity. Like I say, it's a tad warm. But, you know, you can't complain in July no humidity. Likewise, St. Louis, not much different here at Scott Air Force Base. North wind at 10-mile visibility, and again, we'll have some pesky clouds around 6,000 feet. So again, 86 degrees here. Little bit more oomph with the humidity here, but I'm going to tell you, it was fantastic outside today. All right, so let's get rid of, I really hope I put that up there for you. Oh, good, I did. I hate when I'm on a different screen. All right, so let's keep going here. Now, I have got the plane to the point where we have to click on the no smoking switch. We might actually go ahead and do that. Get the people coming on. The fuel's already on. We're just about ready to go. So let's get up here. All right, and the people will be boarding here shortly. All right, let's get back to it. We were finishing up with our flight planning here. We're on the performance initialization page. Everything, by the way, checked out. All right, so we're going to go to SimBrief, and I'm not going to bring this up. You want to see how to do this on SimBrief? Check out yesterday's flight, San Diego to Dallas. Love field. We all need a little love. All right, let's see. Everything looks good. Let's calculate. All right, hang on. Did I get everything filled in here? 370. Okay, just checking. 18,000. Go to N1. All right, now on this page, don't go too fast. You kind of want the system to tell you what it's doing and then decide if you want it. All right, for this flight, we're going flaps 1, takeoff 2. Now you noticed all the ACTs and select actives and selects went out and then back. That's why you got to take your time here, just a little. It's not going to hurt you to stop for a couple of seconds and let the plane catch up to you. Perfect. All right, so climb 2 should work. All right, now let's go to page 2. I always click CG and then go to page 2. Runway winds show 230 diagonal. Well, the 2 somehow got missed. Diagonal 7. The slope on this runway, if any, I think there is one, 0.5. It's like right there where, which way? I forgot to get the which way. Down 0.5. So to put that in, and thanks Bad Attitude for helping me with that 0.5. And that's all you got to do. Put D 0.5, click the line select. Now, because in my haste, I forgot the runway heading. Click the slash runway heading 127, and that way it won't write it out. What we should have done was D 0.5 slash 127. Line select key. Boom. But that's what happens when you get in a hurry. That's why sometimes it's okay to take a breath, slow it down a little. You know, things are going to still be there when you get done. All right, next up here, takeoff 286. Oh, we don't get that here. We're going flaps uno. And our speeds are going to be 135. 138 and 144. Now, why the difference? SimBrief will increase speeds to improve climb limits. So that's your call. If you want to go with them, go with them. If you want to just go with these right here, just click, 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 and go on your merry way. Now you don't even know they're there. Now we'll head up here. Whoop, too far. And let's see, we're looking at 154, 144 plus 10. I like V2 plus 10 for my climb out. We said 127. Of course, that would be different if ATC were here, told us a different way. We do not have a departure out of here. Oh, they're going to make me do this the hard. Okay, hang on. We're going to have to scroll wheel it all the way up. That's okay. Okay, altimeter here at the airport. 3001. Okay, minimums will go 400 before we make that turn. Okay, and we're set to go. Are we aligned? Oh, now we are. It always helps. I hope it's going to align. It should have. Oh, we got to go back to, I hope I don't, oh, now that you think about it. Okay, there we go. I think I know what I forgot to do. I forgot to put the coordinates in. And what timing? I think our passengers have all boarded.
All right, we've got everyone strapped in. Give us a ring if you need anything.
Got everybody aboard. All right, the only thing we need to do is get an APU going. Okay, that's better. Oh, wait, I do need to do something. We'll try it again. It wasn't very successful yesterday. Hydraulic pumps, we don't need to worry. We're going to taxi straight ahead. Let's get the APU running, and then we're running. How's that sound? Speaking of running, let's get our ACARS system up and running, since we forgot that yesterday. It never happens on Flying with Mike. Had a feeling. Okay, we are ready to go. Just getting a couple screens outside of here set up, and let's do our thing. All right, route APU's on. Oh, we got thing to do up top still. Okay, fuel pumps on. Anti-collision lights coming on. Let's see here. Oh, we needed to get the packs off. Okay, brakes are set. We're ready to go. Who's ready to go fly with Mike? We are, and I hope you're enjoying this flight. Okay, here we go. Okay, engine 2 fired up. All right, with those firing up, let's go ahead, put Gen 2 on. And Gen 1 on. All right. Bleed air off. Okay, electric pumps are on. Probe heat's on. One and isolation valve there, and a poo off. Okay, coming here, flaps. One. Shows one, and deploying. We'll put the auto brake to reject. Engine starts to continues. Lights on, and here we go. Since we're going to be back taxiing the runway here, I'm going to go ahead, get everything set up for takeoff. VNAV, LNAV. And we'll do our lower cam quickly. All right, we're ready for taxi. Offutt area traffic reach 1018, back taxiing runway 12. Actually, it's 13. Hang on a second. Get my bearing straight. This sign looks wrong. Yeah, the sign's wrong. Sign should read 1230, but the runway updated so it's actually 13 and 31. It's backwards. Oh, I would have gone the wrong way if I'd have read that sign.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
All right, y'all are getting treated to a real-time flight. I did not adjust. That's because the sun should, hopefully, not be in our eyes. We'll see. Probably will be. Okay, radar on. And let's see if there's any bumps in the land between here and there. And there's that slope we were given to. Ah, they can actually come down here and hold off the runway. That's pretty cool. That makes sense because usually they're running under mission times and all of that. So everything they do here makes sense. Although we're just going to turn around and go. Okay, we're all set. Trim. For this flight, looks like 6.0. And we're set 6.0 roughly. All right, we're ready to go. Lights on, timer on. Go ahead, get us on Terra. And engine stable, brake release. Toga. We can't go Toga. Toga.
knots. V1, rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. $400. 1,000.
You know what always helps? Okay. Flaps up. All right, and Okay, we're out of the area. We're going to Unicom. Oh, and I was on Unicom. I thought I had switched. Shameful, shameful, shameful. Oh, this is not really making me feel any better. There it goes. Okay, now we're turning on course. All right, well, we are on our way to Scott Air Force Base. We are airborne, and I don't know, we should be estimating about 50 minutes or so there. 48, so yeah, 50, you know, by the time we get there, for us to get there. So I hope you enjoyed the departure. Just remember, when you're wanting to fly to your first fix, turn the autopilot on. Thank goodness it's a flight sim. Uh, and again, just like to keep putting this out there, because I hope a lot of you do give it a shot, or at least tune in and watch. Thursday night, 6 ish, I plan to start firing up the stream and the rotate MD-11, Memphis to Indianapolis, and it's supposed to be the 4th of July FedEx event with VAT USA, and I'm looking forward to it. You know, gonna definitely, anyone that wants to participate, I don't think there's a restriction, but if there is, my bad. So I'm planning to pack a lot of patience. Hey, Original Godspeed, welcome. Awesome, that's the next plane I want to learn. I thought you were already trying. Or the 747. All goes well, Friday there will be a 747-200 with the LTN 92. Hopefully a much better use of the navigation device, if everything goes as planned. A lot of time between now and then. Oh, no. That was denied, Godspeed. You're not allowed to have a day off. Didn't you know that? At least that's what they tell me. Well, great. And that will more than likely be at our normal time, 16 Zulu-ish for takeoff. All right, so that's kind of what's coming up this week. Now, there could be another flight. I'm not alluding to it yet because I mean, that's actually what I wanted to fly tonight, but I chose to hold off and chose this one. So instead, so I'm going to leave it there. But I was when they announced that flight, I was like ready to jump on it. But then I said, no, let's wait. Let's get prepared more for it and have a lot of fun with it. So we'll see how that works out, when we'll get that in. Hopefully, like I said, tomorrow. Again, it all depends on how work goes. Today was quite a bit to do, but I'm hoping because there's no deliveries tomorrow and Thursday, it should go well. 747, the difference between a 747 and the A346. As far as I know, startup wise, well, for one, you don't have the flight engineers panel to deal with. Now, if you're talking a 400, I mean, there's a lot of differences, but it boils down to get your route in, fire, it's like any other Airbus with some probably quirks. But to compare it to a 747, I don't know. And again, I do not have the A346, so I'm not as fluent with it, but I know the one thing I've noticed about Airbuses is generally their panels are pretty doggone the same on every one of their planes. I mean, there's differences here and there, but overall, the panels are not all that different. So if you can start an A320 or 19 or whatever you have, I would just go with those procedures and just be ready that they could be altered slightly. All right, I'm looking ahead here, see if we still... Oh, he bailed on us. I figured as much. I think I know who was running the scope there at Mid-America. Not a good old friend of mine that used to run it when I was there. That was cool when he brought us in that a couple of times ago. That was just outstanding. Loved it. I hope he can find some time and do it tonight. Because this is a little different. There's a couple of ways to come into 3-2 left, and I didn't know this. For the most part, how I plan to fly it is what I see. How the approach chart is set up, well, we'll show it to you here once we level off here in a couple thousand feet. Pick our speed back up again. Goodness gracious, why is it doing that? Is that the cost index causing it to be down that low? Oh wait, let's back it down. Let's let it do its thing. I just realized. That'll give us a little bit of cushion to at least get our first currency flight in for the month. All right, we're leveling off at 37,000. We'll let our great passengers behind us get up and about. All righty. Okay, let's take a look at this arrival, because I know a lot of y'all have never heard or seen these approaches. All right, we're going to use, of course, good old Sim Toolkit. Now I know why the red not used was in play. He does. Oh, Lord. Whoever the controller was had 3-2 left closed. It's not closed. I don't think there's a NOTAM closing it out there. I just had an airplane fly over me. Oh. Okay. So you can see we're flying direct ERC. We're a little off. Consider it an offset, okay? All right, and then we're going to fly to FARMR, Fashy, Pam, Dutmy, Tibley, and in on the approach. Pretty simple approach. I can hear y'all going, what's so difficult about that, Captain? I mean, really, when you boil it down, it can get a lot harder than that. Oh, really? Well, let's take a look at the real one, shall we? All right. You got a couple of different transitions you can work with here. You can work off of Troy's VOR, fly the 12 miles direct to ski the TACAN at Scott, out the TACAN, on runway, reversed runway heading outbound, do the procedure turn to come back in. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think I've ever seen anyone fly that at Scott. I could be wrong. I just maybe didn't notice or whatever. But yeah, that's full procedure right there. Or you could head out to Centralia, ENL VOR, and come in from there 23 miles to that. Now, a lot of them do that, especially when they're local IFR training. They'll take off, get back with radar, and work their way to Centralia, doing whatever they do in between, because they are doing training for currency, and then come in off Centralia. Or you can do like we're doing, fly the FARMR 3, come in on Dutmy, and Tibley's right here, so we'd be coming down right here. Pretty much visual for the runway, although we'll be 14 miles out. But here's the thing. His would have said 3-2 left not used or not available. That's probably because he doesn't know either that or their ATC charts that they use don't work. I don't know. But he was working on this other runway over here. So that's what we're looking at. And then once we land, the cool thing is we'll get off, hopefully at Echo, if we're good, and taxi right onto the ramp. Otherwise, to the end of the runway, to the ramp. Otherwise, we'd have landed a long taxi to the ramp. But yeah, interesting. Again, I've never, like I said, I personally don't think I've seen them come in, shoot out. I know I wouldn't see the procedure turn. But yeah, that's interesting. Currently the weather 330 at 8. Yeah, 32 is definitely a good choice. 10-mile visibility clear. I can confirm the clear. Nope, there's a cloud. No. Oh, and just a beautiful night here. So this ought to be a fun arrival. My luck, the sun will be in my eyes. There's really nothing out there. Let's see where we are to our top of descent. About 100 miles out. Okay. Now, for the FARMR 3 arrival, the 13,000 at FARMR. So let's double check everything. It is not. All of a sudden now we're 50 miles out. And I don't think we have anything else to worry about. Dutmai. Let's see. Yeah, we'll plan like 6,000, 5,000 at Troy and continue in. Okay. Did that change? Good. All right. Oh, me, oh my. Trying to figure out why this gauge does not show up well in Southwest. Okay, let's get set up. 13,000. Okay. Couple of ways to descend this plane. You can go to descent. If you have a VNav button here, click VNav and next page to descent. Click forecast. Pretty sure we won't get winds. If we do, it'll be a shocker. They come from SimBrief. Yep, no wind data. All right, back to descent. Also, now is the time to check your transition level. Of course, in the States, it should be 18,000, but if you're abroad, check it, because sometimes you will be required to switch it then. And then you can select it here. Altitude intervene up here with the altitude set, or be lazy and just wait for it. It's really your call. It's 96 miles from Kirksville to FARMR. All right, we're within 20 miles, I believe now. Yeah, 15. I am going to start it, and this time, going to start it right here with the Alt Intervene switch. Now, if you want to control your speed because you don't like being 0.745, which I have no idea why it's putting us that slow, then same thing, speed, intervene, and bump it up. Pump it or bump it up, not pump it up, bump it up, bump it up, bump it up. Okay, we're in descent. Last check, nobody around, and he's still dead. Oh, I tell you. Let's go 33. I love the name. That's great. What a call sign. That's awesome. That is so cool. Taco 33 may be in the pattern when we get there. So I hope y'all have enjoyed. It's been a fun. Like I said, it's a short hop. Haven't decided yet if I'm going to do a call for option and maybe do some pattern work there. We're descending towards FARMR as we speak. We'll kind of see how things are going with it. All right, we're not descending steep enough yet. All right, we're going to make it. Okay. Now we should be fine. We'll switch back to 40. Traffic's on. Radar, terrain radar. Of course, nothing here. All right, approach checks. Let's do them. Okay, we're descending. Engine starts to continues at this point. And time to get them in their seats. Let's see. Well, we've already turned the fasten seatbelt on, and let's get our card set up here. 127. Okay, altimeter. 2996. And we should be on the ground here shortly. I can't believe he came off the scope. Oh well. Did he? Oh, did he come back? All right. Hopefully, we'll have tower. Okay, 127. So again, I hope y'all are having a great week. It's Tuesday, a short week for those in the States here. Independence Day, if you're lucky enough to get the day off. Most do, some don't. But I hope you do. Enjoy it. And we've had a pretty good day of weather here. Not to say it's going to stay like that. It is summer, so expect, we're going to get heated up again here. And we may, like usual, see some rain. Let the Lord put on his fireworks for us on 4th of July. But hope you've enjoyed. Hope you're having a great week. And this will be the only flight today. And looking forward to getting in here to Scott Air Force Base. All right, we're about 10 miles from FARMR. It looks like we're going to be pretty close to 13,000. Let me just make sure no speed restrictions. And there are none. Just be at 13,000. As the river comes into Mississippi River comes into sight. Actually, that could be the Illinois River. There's the Mississippi. Hey, that might be the one lone cloud I see out my window.
Thousand to go.
Go ahead, set our brakes. For now, we'll plan full stop. We'll see how this works out. Now, if we were flying full procedures at PAM, which, here, let me kind of zoom in a little. Where you see top of descent 13,000, that's PAM. We'd go direct Troy, or yeah, direct Troy, VOR, then direct the airport and fly out the runway heading back course. And then 15 miles out, procedure turn back in. Like I said, I've personally don't think I've witnessed that approach, but they do some weird things over there. So maybe I just saw it and just really never realized what they were doing. So holy mackerel. Whole bunch of people just came online. Let's make sure not us. All right, does not appear. 128.25, did I set that? Either way, whether he's there or not, we're going to have to be on it. So 128.250. And while we're here, ILS is 109. 9. 1160. Okay. What is ski? Do we get that? No, we don't have a frequency for. Oh yeah, we do. 112.2. Only bad thing is it really is just a pointer for us. All right, let's begin our descent to 4,000. Last thing, 319. Okay, we are plugging everything in right now for the approach. Okay, 127 is our ref, so we'll slow to 130 on approach.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
All right, how badly can we screw this one up? Oh boy. I think I see the airport. Not in line yet for that wing view. Yep, there's taxiway golf right there, so yeah. We should be about 4,000 feet. Okay, final checks, landing lights on. All set. Pressurization good. Speed brakes down. Let's go ahead and we'll use them to help maybe slow down a little. All right, at 4,000, we're going to slow to 210. Start deploying out our flaps.
Thousand to go.
Good evening, Scott Air Force Base Tower. Reach 1018. Heading for the localizer 32 left with Gulf.
Reach 1018, Scott Tower, roger.
Not who I thought.
1,000 to go.
Okay, now we're tuned in. Okay. It's getting a little nervous there, the way that needle was bouncing all over the place. Hey, look what came on too, the Clyde slope.
Reach 1018, runway 32 left, winds 36 right 7, clear the land.
Reach 1018, cleared to land, 32 left. Thanks. All right, glide slope. Oh, little steep, little steep. All right, here we go. Cleared to land, gears 3 green, brakes set to 3, flaps 30, speed brakes armed. Here we come. Though I'm trying to figure out why the localizer, which looks dead on, is off like it is. I will have to investigate. Are we having another displace threshold? A correction, displace localizer? There we go.
Approaching minimums. 4 minimum.
Landing.
300. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
knots.
That's a bummer we didn't make Echo. And tower, reach 1018. We'll have to exit at the end. And Scott Tower, reach 1018 off at Alpha to the main ramp.
Now reach 1018, just confirm you're going to the base ops ramp, correct?
Just the main ramp between the base ops and towards the runway.
Reach 1018, roger. You can taxi Alpha Echo to parking. Bye-bye.
Alpha Echo to parking, reach 1018, thanks. Okay, it seems to be doing fairly decent. Not like yesterday. Oh, I do need to check the name of Taco 33. I think I might know who that is. Nope, nope, not who I thought it was. Sorry. All right, brakes set. All right. Oh, forgot to get the auto brakes. And let's get off there. And cool. Welcome to Scott Air Force Base. Not bad. Sun wasn't too bad in our eyes this time. Boy, that flight into San Diego. Wow. Oh, was that rough. All right, let's get a quick run of the checks here to shut down. State trim for units. Okay, APU should be on and running now. Weather, okay, weather and terrain are off on the radars. Landing lights all off. Oh, we'll go ahead, retract. And Okay, start levers to cutoff. Okay, exterior lights, fuel pumps, get those guys turned off. All right, welcome into Scott Air Force Base again. Let me swing around. We had an LJ. LJ disappeared. All right, not sure why we're not seeing any of the ground equipment or toys that come up to the plane. But hey, it's a 737-700. We made it. Let's see what the airline got us at and call it a night. Okay, where are you? There you are. Okay, what's going on now? Kind of curious what happened. All right, let me take a look at Sim Toolkit or Sim, the airline here real quick. Well, it shows I'm in there. That's really weird. I've never seen it do this. Huh. Interesting. All right, well, we're not going to worry too much about that. Huh, that is really interesting that didn't do what it usually does. Let me see here. Those of you that understand smart cars, what happened? Other than I see 334 for the feet per minute, 1.1 Gs. I have no idea what the heck it's trying to tell me and why it's saying cancel flight. It shows that it went through. I'm going to go on that assumption and hope for the best, and well, we'll figure it out if it didn't. Okay, anyway. All right, let's bring ElevaTech in, go through these. So it looks like a really good landing. It did feel a little hard. I mean, I felt it. $315, 130. Now they got us at 175, 1.7. So that was a little harder than what Smart Cars showed us. But that's about all you're going to get here. Flight time just over an hour. I didn't even look at the cockpit. So let's get that out of here. Get some toolkit in here. All right, so you can see we were very close to Chicago. But anyway, 192 feet a minute. Wow. 129, 1.5. So I don't know who's right, who's wrong. Oh, well. But anyway, overall a good flight. Let's complete it. Let's see how actually we did. Okay, flight time 1 hour 19 minutes, 320 miles, 1.5 on the G's. Landing 192, 129. Not bad. Numbers look real good there. Touchdown 16, call it 1,700 feet down the runway, 3 feet off the center line. Wow, that's not bad. And oh, if we'd have just landed a few feet, I probably could have stomped on them, got off at Echo, but oh well. I'll leave that for you guys at Southwest Airlines. So yeah, you can look at the metrics here. We did have a crosswind a little bit coming in. Overall, it's not bad. Here's a little bit of that slope, a little upslope there, 0.3, we'll call it, 8,000 foot runway. Just loved it, folks. That was a great fun landing, fun flight. All in all, hope you all enjoyed it. Possibility there could be another flight tomorrow. We'll see. All really boils down to how I feel when I come home from work. What was I looking for that came into mind? Can't remember. But anyway, we had a fun time. This was a fun flight, and my old stomping grounds when I worked at Scott Air Force Base, right off here to the right, that green building. It's actually red. But anyway, that's the firehouse. Today there's 3 of them here, and who'd have thought? But hey, power to them. All right, so y'all have a fantastic night. Again, great time. I hope you all enjoyed it from Omaha, Offutt Air Force Base, home of the old SAC Air Force, or SAC Command, Strategic Air Command. And we headed over to KBLV, Scott Air Force Base, which is home to Air Mobility Command. Back in my day, they called it MAC. Not for McDonald's, although it probably was one. No, anyway, but anyway, MAC, Military Airlift Command. So, and then down on the far end of the ramp there were C-21, C-12s back in my, well, C-21s are still here. C-12s, they're rare to find now. So, you know, I've been watching. That beacon's way too low. I just saw it. It's hidden. It's supposed to be up on one of the water towers. Oh, well. Wow. And it sent Martin on top of it there, Godspeed. Great job. 130, calling it in at 131 feet a minute. Nice job with the A340 600. Great job indeed. All right, as we told you all, Thursday, put on your calendars. We are planning to fly in the Indianapolis VAT USA FedEx Express virtual event. Memphis, we're flying Memphis to Indy. I don't know how the rest of it pans out. Indy MD-11, so I hope you all can join us. Friday, we're hoping to be back in the 747-200, playing with the LTN 92 again. Hopefully not as disconjointed as it was before. So, y'all have a great night. Be safe. Enjoy the 4th of July for those in the United States. And God bless you all. See you on our next flight.